Hey guys, it's cbgray coming to you guys live with another Destiny video. How are you guys doing today? So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the top 5 things that, in my opinion, I think were the best things announced either in the trailer or just by Bungie that's going to be coming in the dawning next week. So without further ado, let's get into it right now. Let's start at number 5. Guys, we have SRL, better known as Sparrow Racing League. So you might be wondering why it's number 5, and that's just because there's only 2 maps. You guys know I'm critical of that. I was a little upset there weren't more, but I do really appreciate the job that Bungie did as well as the live team. I want to give them a lot of props. And the maps they did create look creative and they look really fun. One's on Earth and one's on Mercury. So if you haven't seen gameplay in them already, please go check them out. They did an amazing job. So another great thing is that the SRL gear, all of it is now infusible. So not just the helmet and the mark, but this time the arms, the chest, the legs, everything can be brought up to level 400, which is going to be great. So if I want to go into a raid in all SRL gear, I can do that. Or if I want to go into patrol with all my SRL or anywhere else, I can do that. So credit to Bungie for really just expanding on last year and really listening to what we want. So I give them a lot of credit for that. So that's why they're number 5 on our list. Coming in at number 4, we have strike scoring. So before I start talking about strike scoring, can I ask you a quick question? What was Festival of the Cost missing? Maybe anything other than paid content. So we all really wanted a new game mode or something, and Bungie finally came through in this new event. So we have strike scoring, obviously, which is a new event that's gonna revamp, well, not even just revamp strikes, but it's gonna give a new element to strikes. It gives us a new reason on why to play strikes. It looks fun and it brings new purpose. So I'm actually going to want to do strikes for more reasons than the already set reasons that we have, being like Radiant Treasures. But like, I'm really looking forward to doing this because I love strikes, and having another reason to do strikes is just going to be amazing. And as you guys know, there's going to be I can't talk. There's going to be rewarding loot, and the highest rewarding loot is going to be Icebreaker. So we're all very excited for that. But we're going to talk about that weapon more later. Hint, hint. So that's why strike scoring came up as number 4 on our list. So for number 3, guys, I might be a little biased about this one, and I actually almost started touching on it in number 4, and that's that strikes are getting revamped. So the reason why I said I might be a little biased about this is because they're bringing back one of my favorite strikes of all time, which is the Nexus. So I really want to give Bungie praise for this because this is something that I really wanted, and they went above and beyond on this because not only did they revamp the strikes being the Nexus, also the Will of Crota and the Shadow Thief, but they even changed the mechanic. If you guys haven't seen already, in the Nexus is now going to meet the Atheon Relic. So that's a whole new mechanic that's familiar to us being brought into a strike, which is going to make it fun, which is going to make it something that has replayability, and just something that I'm going to want to do. It's nostalgia. So like, I'm really happy with what they're going to do. So I'm really happy they revamped the strikes, and who knows if the Will of Crota or the Shadow Thief will also have something else besides just them being revamped for their light level. Maybe there'll be new mechanics in those too. So really, we don't know, but I'm really happy about that, and I just think they did a great job, so I want to give the Bungie live team a lot of credit. So that's why strikes revamped came up as number 3 on the list. Number 2 on our list is exotic quests. So another difference between Festival of the Cost and the Dawning is the quests in the Festival of the Cost were more or less pointless, more or less repetitive, and I really didn't feel like doing them, to be honest. But now we have something that we actually freaking care about. And you know what that is? We got 2 new exotic quests coming to the Dawning that will give us a weapon that's familiar to us, but then also new at the same time. So if you were back in year 1, you know what I'm talking about. Thunderlord, a great machine gun that's arc, hint thunder. But now we have a new exotic, and actually make that too. So players can get their hands on the Void Lord and the Solar Lord, better known as Nova Mortis and Abaddon. I hope I said that right, but both of those weapons look amazing. They're gonna feel familiar but new at the same time. I can't wait to use both of them. So I'm really happy that Bungie decided to actually have some quests that lead to rewarding loot. Like, I don't mind grinding those quests for days if I have to. Like, I can't wait to get those exotics. So that's why exotic quests came up on number 2 on the list. And for number 1, guys, you knew it was coming. It's the Icebreaker. It's our favorite weapon. At least personally, it's one of my favorite weapons ever, and it's finally coming back. Back before Rise of Iron, we all knew that we wanted the Gjallarhorn to come back, and it did. And it brought so many people back to the game that it quit on the game. And honestly, Icebreaker has almost the same power, if not more. Icebreaker is an amazing weapon that had people camping in the back, wailing on bosses, waiting for ammo to come back. There were different things that you just kind of had to be there to remember. But Icebreaker just really brought a new element to the game back when year 1, when we got our hands on it. Everybody grinded for it, and back then it wasn't something that we could come to kind of expect. You really had to grind Crota every week, you had to grind Vaulted Glass every week, you had to hope maybe a Nightfall would drop it. But they're bringing it back to us in year 3 form. There's 2 new ornaments for it. One called Nano Heart that turns the Icebreaker white, which looks really cool, and the other one's called Dune Marcher, which turns it camo. So I'm really, really excited for this. It's almost like an early Christmas present. So players can expect to actually get the Icebreaker almost guaranteed. So what you're going to do, guys, is I don't want to go too far into it because I want to talk about that more later, but you're going to have to do something involving strike scoring within the Nightfall, where you talk to Zavala on the first week that the Dawning goes live. So I'll leave it at that, but it's something that I'm sure the majority of the player base will be able to get their hands on it. So in year 1, if you weren't lucky enough to get it, don't worry, you'll be lucky enough to get it this time. So with that, guys, that's our list. That's why Icebreaker's number 1. So let me know your top 5. Let me know if you agree with mine, and leave a like. Bring your opinions to the comment box below. I'll be happy to hear them. And with that, guys, I'm going to talk to you guys in the next Destiny video. Thanks. I love you guys.